Morning guys, welcome back. It's Wednesday, I'm on time, I'm on the ball this morning. I wasn't yesterday, I should have done it yesterday, but you know, things happen and whatever. As you can see, I've already started it, got a bit excited, but aren't these blues amazing? They look so lovely together. Anyway, I have my coffee, you get yours. You get your craft of choice and come and join me. Right. Alvina still hasn't got back to me with a discount code. I'm not sure why. But as soon as she does, I'll either post it on the original video or on a current one that I do when it gets to me. Or both. Monday was exciting this week. We did cooking with the kids again. Last week we did wraps for we did chicken fajitas. That's it. This week we made spring rolls. Ellie and Riley absolutely loved filling their it wasn't phyllo pastry. We used rice paper instead, but similar thing. They loved filling them and then rolling them and putting a bit of egg on them so they'd stick. We made about 13 of them, I do believe. They're not big, but the only person in the house that eats them is the other half. He was in his element eating them. And we froze the rest so we can eat them later. We made a dip as well, but that wasn't so nice. My other half added his own concoction of chili sauce and pepper sauce or whatever it is he likes into it. But to be fair, it did smell nasty. It was something like 100 grams. And I'm sure it said grams even though it was liquid of red sauce. It was meant to be reduced salt and sugar, but she couldn't find that one. With a bit of, I believe it was apple cider vinegar, a pinch of sugar and some grated ginger. It smelled blooming awful. It really did. I knew if it would be bad or not. The other half said that doesn't smell very nice. He said it smelted a bit weird. Smelted? Yeah, I'm not changing it. But anyway, he added his own stuff to it and then he was in heaven. He doesn't get to eat that kind of stuff very often because no one else in the house likes it very much. So, and next week we get to make homemade burgers, which he is more than looking forward to. I can't think what it is after that. I've got a list. We were given a list of what we'd be making every week. Yeah, the spring rolls went down a treat. That rice paper is really weird stuff. I've never experienced it before. But it's really thin and you think it's going to rip quite easily, but it doesn't. Ah, that was it actually. Next week it's cheese. Something like cheese and sweet corn pasties. Something like that. Then it's the burgers. All of which my other half eats. So the next 2 weeks he's looking forward to. My kids are such fussy eaters. He's the only one they can take after me. But he's the only one to have benefited from this, from every week we've cooked And the kids love doing it with me. They get out of class for a while. They get to miss, I think, the last 45 minutes of school to come and do cooking with me. And they love it. Riley doesn't like getting messy, but, you know. That was fun when we were doing the energy bites of the peanut butter and oats and stuff. He really didn't want to put his hands in the bowl to mix it all up. He did in the end, but then he was like straight to the sink, wash his hands, get it all off. And then with all the veg this week in the bowl and the spices, the noodles and all that, and a bit of soy sauce, I said he'd got to put his hands in and mix it all in. He just kind of looked at me. You really want me to put my hands in there? Yeah, you've washed them. That's why you washed them. But he did. They both did. And we put some chicken in as well. And they went down a treat. And he's still got another 10 to look forward to, because they're all in the freezer. Then yesterday, I got bugged all day. Tyler kept texting me from school. Can we go down the bike ramps after school? Oh my gosh. I'm like, really? Riley's got football club till 3:45, so I don't pick him up till then. And then yesterday, Tyler and Kelly's son Jake both ran down to my local co-op, which is like 2 minutes round the corner, because there's a Costa coffee machine in there, and apparently yesterday it was a free day for Costa coffee. You could just go in and help yourself. So, being as the machine dispenses hot chocolate too, Jake and Tyler stood in the queue for over half an hour just to get a free hot chocolate. Explains why the co-op was so busy yesterday when I went round. But I wasn't going to wait in that queue, not a chance. So by the time they got back from the co-op, queuing with their hot chocolate, it was already 4:30 then by the time Kelly came back and got Jake, because she had to shoot off and fetch the girls from school. They had homework club, I do believe, after school yesterday. So she left Jake at the co-op and he had to come back to mine. So when Kelly come and picked Jake up, it was already 4:30 then. And they were still bugging me, can we go, can we go? Fine, you'll have to have tea a bit late, you know. So I took them down. It was freezing. Out came my winter coat yesterday. That's how cold it was here. And being as the bike ramps, it's one massive, massive open field. The wind just kind of whistles through your ears. And my face was numb from having been at the dentist. And then the cold got to it as well, which made it even worse. And then this poor kid, he was showing off. He went across the bike ramps and tried to wheelie over two of the humps. But as he landed, it's gritty because it's bike ramps. His bike slid away from him. He hit the floor like a sack of spuds. And he lay there crying. So I went over to just make sure he was all right, because, you know, that's just the kind of person I am. And his friends are going, don't talk to him, don't talk to him. Well, I just want to make sure he's all right. And it turns out they were actually on the phone to the ambulance service, which I didn't think he needed. They were saying, I think he's broke his leg. No, he hadn't. He was rolling around the floor. If he'd have broke his leg, trust me, he'd be lying still, because just moving it creates pain. He'd grazed his elbow. Yes, it was bleeding, but really not enough to warrant an ambulance. I think they need to do some kind of training with kids about, you know, what warrants emergency services and what doesn't, because they're just so quick to call. And I obviously wasn't going to try and pick the poor kid up off the floor. I've only got one arm that's any good to me at the minute. So they said he's all right. I left him to it, and 2 minutes later he got up and he was running around the bike track. So I was just shaking my head in disbelief because they called an ambulance, and here he was now running around the bike tracks. First person you should call is your parents when he's not that badly injured. But hey-oh. So that was yesterday. I got home, I was freezing. I said to Tyler, don't ask me again this week because it's so freaking cold. And if I get cold, my joints get cold, and then my joints get painful, so forget it. Unless I'm suited and booted in full winter gear, you've got no chance. None. Zip. Zero. None. But I don't like them going down on their own. Well, Tyler, the other two I don't allow. But I don't like the idea of him going down there on his own because the other half pointed out, I'm not sure if it was an article he read or someone had posted on Facebook, but there was a group of, I think he said older teenagers, and they were inciting the younger ones to fight. And if they didn't, they were going to smash their legs in or break their legs or something stupid like that. That's how stupid the teenagers are over here, right? So the kids were fighting just to save themselves getting a kicking. These teenagers, part of the problem is they've got nothing to do. They used to have youth clubs and all sorts of things for like the younger kids and the teenagers to do. And the council decided the funding's gone for them, we'll shut them all down. So the teenagers are bored, and in a bid to entertain themselves, they decide to get the younger kids to fight. Pathetic, I know. So I don't like the idea of Tyler going down there by himself. Yes, he has a phone, but older teenagers, you don't know what they'll do to Tyler to get him to do whatever. Will they snatch his phone off him because he carries it in a man bag round his torso? It's just scary. Because I've been in this situation with Tyler before where he thought the person he was talking to was actually a friend. And it turns out, no, he wasn't. He just fancied punching Tyler, so it's just, it only takes one punch, doesn't it? I mean, I've been hearing on YouTube, I watch it, my other half puts on like a lot of American news. And on the news this morning, which was probably yesterday's news, about that poor 13-year-old boy who got punched by another pupil. And within, 24 hours he was pronounced dead. It just doesn't bear thinking about. And Tyler thinks he can handle himself. He can't. Not against older teenagers. He's only 13 and he's still quite small for his age, really. Put it this way, his 11-year-old sister is the same height as him. I don't know if that makes her tall or him short. Probably a bit of both. I'll probably find over the next few months Tyler will just suddenly start growing. Because I found that with Reese, and now Reese is like 6 foot, 6'1", and he looks down at me. It's just not funny. I think that's all of that one. I've got two of them same symbols again. I don't know if you guys remember me saying on my last Victoria's Moon, I had two similar symbols. It was okay looking at it on the key because the key's bigger. But you can't see the key, so I'm going to find them on here. I'm going to turn it. That one, the four little squares. And then, where's the other one? This one. Hold on. Let's turn it. That one. So you got 39, which is half and half. And 22, which is 4. But when they're really small on the canvas, you kind of have to look hard. But I'm managing. At least I'm managing. Whoops. I was a little worried when I opened this one. It never occurred to me till after. When I did my first Victoria's Moon, the picture, the diamond painting came out darker than the image. So, bearing that in mind with this one, I tried to go for a lighter image, an even lighter image, so that it wouldn't come out so dark. And when I saw all, like, 21 was a dark blue, 19 was sort of a medium blue, 18 was a dark blue, and you got 26 and 25, which are both, whoops, dark blues. And number 2, yes, I've got my jacket on, I'm cold. And the heating's on as well, it was a dark blue. And you got 39, why have I put 22 there? 39 and 22, which was sort of dark. It worried me a little. But seeing them all together on here, I'm hoping you'll get the light as good as I'm looking at it. It actually doesn't look too bad. And if that's as bad as it gets, then I'm really not worried at all. Because it's looking pretty good. Right, let's do that one now, 39. I haven't had physio this week. I said 2 weeks would be fine. She gave me the option. So I said, no, we should be all right with 2 weeks. I'm doing okay, I said. And then yesterday I go and hurt myself. So my left arm is pretty. It's not even the arm that's sore. It's like the back of my shoulder, weirdly. But I'm paying for it today. I've got my consultant's appointment on Friday. I'm kind of going to tell him all the issues I'm having. Been watching a lot of documentaries lately. The thing is, we watch one and then my other half is on a social media platform, whatever. And he'll always, not Facebook, he really doesn't like Facebook, neither do I, but he's on another social platform. It's not quite like Facebook. But he'll always mention what we've been watching and what he thought of it. And then other people will pipe up, well, if you like that one, you'll probably like this one. I've missed one. What number was it? 22. So, we watched one about oh my goodness, I forgot. About that lad who was... My memory's totally gone. What was the first one we watched? about someone being wrongfully convicted. Oh, that girl, that was it. She was coerced into saying she was lying about being raped when actually she wasn't. So someone then suggested to him, oh, you might like this one. And it was about 5 young lads. I think I might have already told you about it, actually. When They See Us, I think it's called. About how they served 13 years in prison before someone actually came forward and said, no, actually, it was me that did that rape. And they got let out of prison. Amazing. I love all documentaries, and they've recommended some more. So we're going to watch them later. Got so much to watch. Barely any time to do it, like. I've got Kelly. We both watch this one particular series, me and Kelly. Now, I always end up falling behind with it, and I have done. I only caught up about 4 weeks ago, and now I'm about 4 weeks behind again. And she's bugging me, you need to watch it. Because when we watch it, we kind of talk about it for a bit. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened and whatever. So she's bugging me at the minute because I'm about 4 weeks behind. So I've got to catch up on 4-hour-long episodes. All these things to do and no time to fit them in. Honestly. I don't know. There's just not enough hours in the day, is there, guys? What with housework and kids. I've missed another one. And when the kids come home, you've got no chance. They just want to talk. Oh, there's another one. Oh, that wasn't the one I was looking at. I can't find the one I was looking at now. Hold on. There it is. Keep me on it, keep me on it. Yep. So yeah, Riley especially, oh my goodness, he could chew the ears off a donkey. He talks and talks and talks. Not just as soon as he gets home either. He can be going for ages about what he's done, about what happened at school, about what his friends have said. And then I don't even get a rest when he's finished there. He'll go on YouTube and watch these people he follows. They do puppets and all sorts. And then he'll come down and tell me all about what happened on the particular one he watched. And then even when you took him into bed, he's still going. He wants to tell you something else that he saw or heard or watched or... I swear I have to turn him off like 15 minutes early just so he can get his stories in. He's funny. So talkative. And he doesn't even let you get home from school before he starts. He'll talk to you all the way home. And while you're cooking tea, standing in the kitchen with you. I wish he had an off button just for 10 minutes. Sometimes. Or a mute button. I could do the mute button occasionally. Yeah. Monday's trip to the dentist was fun. Hence the note of sarcasm. I had to have a root canal done because I've had a problem tooth for a while now. And I had to text the other half, I don't think I'm going to be out on time. Can you go and get Ellie? As it was, I got out just in time. And then everyone's trying to talk to me and half my face is numb. I get home, the other half's made a coffee and I'm drooling it everywhere. You know what it's like when you've got a numb face. Your muscles don't work and you can't. I had to drink it through a straw in the end. It was unreal. Coffee through a straw, who'd have thought, eh? And the kids are looking at me really weird. Wait till you have to have a filling and your face is numb and then you're trying to drink or you're trying to eat. Just doesn't, it does not work unless you drink it through a straw. But then you have to wait for it to cool down, otherwise you burn your mouth and your hand that's holding the straw. Oh dear. But to lie there and watch this dentist, after she's drilled your tooth, she's then shoving these utensils or tools up inside your tooth, giving them a twist left and a twist right. You're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be in agony later. But I wasn't. And the tooth that actually, if you tapped on it, caused pain. It doesn't hurt now, so. But I've heard so many horror stories about people having root canals, and they've said the pain after was worse than the pain they suffered beforehand. They've never had so much trouble with that tooth since. And it's like, it puts you off. But mine's a good story. I no longer have the pain. My gum is still a little sensitive where the abscess was, but she said that was a possibility afterwards. She said it might just go. She said, well, you might find it swells more in the next day or so. And then if it does, she says, you'll find it'll just pop. Nice. She said if it swells, it's just trying to fight infection. But she's put a temporary dressing inside and a temporary filling over the top. I've got to go back in 2 weeks and have the dressing and the filling removed and a proper filling put in. I don't care as long as it stops the toothache and the face ache. I have never liked dentists. But my other half says, he doesn't go to the dentist. He's never been since he was 9 because fear. The dentist pulled the wrong tooth out when he was little. So he doesn't go. So he says to me, if you don't like the dentist that much, why do you go? The fear of toothache is worse than the fear of the dentist. I've had toothache before and it's really not nice. I'd rather go through labour 4 times over with my kids again than suffer toothache. It is awful. So I'd rather go to the dentist and suffer that little bit of pain from the needle, because I am a needle phobic, than suffer with the toothache. His answer to that is, when I get toothache, I bite down on ginger and it gets rid of it. I just look at him. It must work because he still doesn't go. And he's had toothache a couple of times. Missed another one. Before I lose it. Oh, pardon me. Right there. Just, you know what it's like when you look away from it and then you can't find it again. So if I use my tweezers to point at it, which sometimes I forget to do, then I know where it is. There's nothing worse than finding one you've missed, going to get the drill to fill it, and then when you come back to it, it's like it's just got up and walked off the page. It's funny, but it drives you nuts, because then you put the drill away, you put the bag of drills away, you come back, you pick up the colour you were working on, and boom, there it is again. I've done that so many times. I think it might get to the point where I have a magnifying glass to see what I'm doing. Oh, there goes an ambulance. Oh, there's one down here. Where am I? Ellie moaned at me the other day when this arrived. Why do you keep getting paintings but you don't get me one? This one's a freebie. And you're working on one of mine. So you don't need one at the minute. Want, yes. Need, no. Have you ever experienced, this was hilarious, but frustrating at the same time. Well, the kids were watching a little bit of it with us as well. I can't even think of the title of the film, but basically, what happens is this woman keeps coming back from the future, I think. Every 9 years she can come back, and she's killing a bunch of people with this tool that she stabs them in the back of the neck with. And I assume it injects them with something, which then they start bleeding from the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, and they die. And every 9 years she keeps coming back and killing more. Now, I won't ruin the story if none of you have seen it, but she keeps coming back, and he finds where she keeps coming back and how. She's got this weird contraption that she sits in that fills with water and it brings her back, but she can only do it every 9 years due to lunar, all the planets or something lining up. But she's killing all these people to prevent something else from happening in the future. Now, Ellie's sitting there all puzzled and frowning. She said, but I don't get it. Don't get what? She died. No, hang on. She said, all these people in the future are dead. I said, well, yes, probably. She said, but how then is she able to come back from the future and kill these people? So we sort of, well, she's come back to a specific point in time when they were alive. Yes, but I still don't get it because they're dead. Have you ever tried explaining that to an 11-year-old? It was so hard. In the end, I think we spent about 20 minutes debating it. She gave up. She's like, I give up, I still don't get it. And it was so frustrating trying to get her to understand. And then, I'm not sure if it was her that asked the question, but another question arose. What was the question? That just totally went out of my head. Would she see herself? That was it. If she came back, can she see herself? My other half said no. And I said yes. And we had a little debate then, and he said, but she can't see herself because she's there. And I went, but that's no, because she's coming back to a specific time and point where she was already. She's not just going to disappear from that specific point in time, moment in time, whatever. Just because she's come back from the future. She'd still be there because that's already happened. I'm sure I'm right. But, you know, it was just one of them things that we debated. Would she be able to see herself? Well, yes, because she was present at that particular moment in time. It's appear because she's come back from the future, because it's already happened. She was already there. So, yeah. Anyway, it was a good film. Oh, dear. Makes me feel sorry for Kelly because Jake asks a lot of questions. She's even rung me a couple of times and she's gone, help. Why, what's up? Jake's asked a question and I don't know, she'll go. And it can be, some of the questions he's asked, I'm like, really? Why did you even think that up? That's not even... And even I've gone to the other half. Answer this. Because even I've frowned, and he does ask some amazing questions. And the teachers at school have said he asks some amazing questions. He's even stumped one of his teachers. So fair play to Kelly. She can't answer them all, but she tries. I think she's even looked it up a couple of times. Just kind of don't know. So they've both looked it up. But yeah. I thought about it afterwards, right? I'm not sure. I don't think I showed you on Victoria's Moon website what the picture actually looks like. Because that image there is naff. And I was just thinking about getting my tablet and showing you the proper image. Because you never got to see it. It's just one of them things, it never occurred to me. Yeah. So I might just grab the tablet now and show you guys what this image actually is, because the colours are amazing. And the picture is just gorgeous. So cute. So I was not laughing at Riley, but laughing at Riley. He was helping Ellie with the diamond painting I gave her to do. And they were both sitting at the table, beavering away on this diamond painting. Anyway, next thing I know, Riley turns to look at me with a horrified look on his face. I'm stuck. Excuse me. He'd put his arm across the canvas. I'm not sure if he was putting his drills away or whatever. But he leant on the canvas. Now, she hadn't uncovered it all because she knows you only uncover the sort of the section you're working on. But because they were both working on it, she'd peeled back just that little bit more. And he'd leant across the canvas and his poor arm was stuck to the canvas. And he'd pulled part of it off, but I think he felt like it was ripping his skin. Oh my days. And just as I managed to get out of my chair, he goes, I got it, it's off. But the look on his face. Don't lean on the canvas, it's, you know it's sticky. He's like, I know, but I forgot. Oh, bless him. I said, well, your DNA is all over that canvas now, son. Why? Because your skin's all over it. Oh, dear. He does make me laugh sometimes. A lot of times. Okay, I think that's all of that one. I think. You know how it is, I'll find some later. 39, isn't it? Why did I put the bag back? Wow, 40 minutes. Oh my gosh, guys. And I haven't even touched my coffee. Again. I'm going to crack on with this a bit later. Go and give my arm a rest for a bit now. I've only pulled something in the back of my shoulder, I think, but that's painful enough. See, told you. Down 2. 1 there. 1 there. Such a wally. There's 1. Come on, you want to come out. There's 2. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. 40 minutes is enough of me waffling. Excuse me. So, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. All the usual, yada, yada, yada. Leave any comments in the comments section. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and have an awesome weekend. It's been nice chatting with you, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Bye.